Look at that beautifulness. What I've learned from this whole situation is you got to get yourself a Tommy. If you don't have a Tommy, then you just can't get this stuff done. It's just after 1 p.m. and it already sucks outside. But I got the rear end loaded up in the truck. I'm at my buddy Tommy's shop and we're about to get this thing out and get the Perches welded up in it. I wanted to show you, actually it went down a degree. I was going to show y'all our temperature. It says 99, but it was at 100 just a second ago. Take my word for it if you'd like or not. But yeah, I'm gonna hang out here. He's on his way, and then we'll get started with welding up the rear end for the Dakota, and then it's just gonna be a bunch of cleaning and painting, which I don't know if I'll do on this video or just like I'll do it off camera, because it's just taking a wire brush to the rear end and going after it, cleaning it up and painting it all. So I got a couple things to do, but this is kind of one of the last huge pieces of the puzzle to get the rear end back in the truck and get everything kind of settled up. So I'm hoping that this really like puts a cap on this project, because it just seems like it's never ending. But I just took this project and turned it into a might as well, and I'm not regretting that, but I do wish the truck was on the road now. It is what it is. But wait for Tommy. We'll get in here, we'll get started, and I'll show you the process and all of that. When you don't have a table, but you have a forklift, you make the forklift the table. That's what I'm learning. Probably easy to rotate it too. Yeah, rotates on its own. Very good. I like it. I don't know what that was, but yeah, that's actually pretty. You're pretty fart smeller. You know that? I mean, smart feller.
Is this one? Already drained?
It's empty. Yeah, it's just on there to try to prevent
crud from getting in.
Yep. Sweet.
We can blow that. Just grab the torch and zip that
Right.
bolt off for you.
What do you think about doing these?
We can.
Okay. I was watching Hoonigan do it, and they like superheated it. No, I don't think we got to do all that.
Oh, no, they'll heat it up. They'll heat the. You want to heat the cast up.
The cast.
Around like 400 degrees.
Oh, and you got a torch, so we can do that. All right.
Yeah, we can heat that.
Sweet. It's already 100 degrees, so we just need 300 more. Yeah, it might be 130. Shit. All right, we're making progress already. So if y'all don't know, that's Tommy. Greg, the other guy on the channel, and Tommy and all, we're pretty much childhood best friends. We all grew up and hang out continually since we were probably 10 years old. And this is Tommy, I'll say Tommy's shop. That's the best way to describe it. You've probably seen it in a lot of other videos. We did some stuff with the Ram Charger here. We built the original mounts for the Dakota here. And some other things, but yeah. So he's got a fantastic welder. He is a good welder. So he's gonna weld up these Perches, and then we're gonna weld up these axle tubes to the differential itself. And what we were just talking about is, this is cast iron, this is a steel tube. And in order for these to weld up pretty well, we have to get it kind of hot before he welds it. I'm not doing any welding that I know of, but Tommy's gonna go get his stuff, and then we'll get cracking. One thing that we're gonna do real quick is pull the axles out, because I would like to spend some time doing the putting bigger studs in. I didn't know if we could get it out with the lock in place for the, woo, that's warm, for the limited slip. But now with these out, it might be a better option to pull the backing plates off. So we'll see. Sweet, axles are out. Okay. So you can pull the center pin out and the C-clips out to get the axles out without moving this important spring right there. That's what I was worried about. All right, this is gross. That's fun. The flange is off. We got all this access. We just measured, and it's 4 inches from here to the flange on both sides, which means I did something right. And that looks very hot. So I'm gonna step back and watch what Tommy does, because I have no clue. Oh, he's gonna cut this. Yeah, he's gonna cut the bolt off that I can't get cut off. You don't have to cut it off when it's liquid. There you go. There you go. That's not a problem anymore. Yeah, I just touched that part up there and it's still hot, in case you're wondering. What the hell? Get off of there. There it goes. Alright. Okay. We're having fun. I gotta get a wireless one like that. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
No cord in the way, nothing.
Yeah, and I've been using this battery on that.
Oh, on this? Wow. And it's still good to go.
Yeah.
18 volt.
3 bars still.
Is it a brushless or whatever?
Yeah,
I think if it's a fuel, it's a brushless, right?
Yep.
Nice. All right. So this means stuff to him. And we got everything cleaned up. We're also going to weld the axle tubes. It's kind of naked looking with all the bolt brakes on it, but Tommy's going to get to work here. So, and I'm going to sit back and watch. That's about all I can do, Tommy. Sorry. Does it look like a weld?
Looks like a weld.
Damn, dude. You got that stuff figured out. I do not. All right. Whoa, the inside of it is smoking. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that means we got it nice.
Hopefully we don't have to extinguish anything.
Nah, it shouldn't. It'll smoke a bunch, but it shouldn't touch it.
All right. Look at that beautifulness. What I've learned from this whole situation is you got to get yourself a Tommy. If you don't have a Tommy, then you just can't get this stuff done. So find yourself a Tommy and we'll go from this. Beautiful.
Not like the Stace back in the old days?
Yes, yeah, it's a Stace. I'm gonna pass this down to Stace. What if I don't have a Stace? That's an inside joke, but some people will get it. But anyway, awesome. So the perches are absolutely done, and then we're gonna give it a second, and then he's gonna go after the axle tubes, and that'll be it. We'll be done, at least for today. While Tommy was doing that, I pulled the studs out of the axles, and then there's gonna be a lot of cleanup. So we'll do the axle tubes here in a minute, and we got to get them hot for that though, right? Got to heat them up.
Yeah.
Got to heat up that cast.
Yeah, let's preheat the cast a little bit first.
Awesome. He was showing me how he was pulling that weld in earlier, and it's just super cool. I probably should have been videoing it because it would have been good advice, but I didn't. So
You could probably put the camera inside the welding hood and try to get it hard.
oh, that would be kind of cool too. Yeah. That looks really hot. So again, the pumpkin, if you want to call it that, is cast iron. So you got to heat it up a little bit to help that weld penetrate, because you're doing two different kinds of metal. About all the extent that I know of it, I don't know metallurgy. I can't explain the chemistry behind it, but we do know that much. So Tommy's going to heat it up, and then he's going to hit it with a welder, and then I think we'll be done. So Tommy's heating up the cast iron on this side. This side is welded. But we threw a welding blanket on it because the cast iron, you want it to cool a lot slower so it doesn't crack the weld. I believe that's what he explained to me. So we're gonna do the same on this side. He's gonna heat it up, gonna weld it, we're gonna wrap it with the other one, and then we'll be done. And I will tell you, the weld on that side looks amazing. So I can't wait to show you all when we're done, but it's gonna be a little while, and well, that's okay. While we're here, we're going to show you Tommy's contraption. He built this engine run stand, and this is a big block for his stepdad's 75 Impala. Any fuel pressure?
Might have to prime the carburetor.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Gotta get the charger.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, I promise you it runs. We'll show you in a minute. So Tommy just told me that this alternator is no worky. It's just for the belt at the moment. So you got to plug into the artificial alternator. You know why it runs like that? Because it has this carburetor on it.
Oh, it's the sand falling out of the sand.
Oh, I was like, what is that noise too?
The vibrations.
That's awesome. It sounds good. Guys, we just got done, got cleaned up, and headed out. But I just wanted to show you guys this. 8:47, 100 degrees outside. Welcome to Houston in July. Yeah. Well, good morning. Let's take a look at everything that we got done yesterday. And you know, I didn't unload everything last night, and we had a little bit of a 10-minute shower, if you could even call it a shower. It's more like sprinkling. And unfortunately, the backing plates that I sandblasted are now a little rusty. I can get all that off. It's just kind of funny that that happened. The axle's the same. But, so while Tommy was doing the welding on the rear end, I went ahead and sandblasted these guys since the sandblaster was there, so that we can paint them all up. And then I pulled the lug nuts out of the axles, so that I can put the new longer 3-inch studs in, which I have to order. But the rear end looks good. It looked a little better yesterday before it got rained on. But the axle tubes are welded in, and it looks great. The welds look fantastic on the Perches. This thing is mostly done. Now I just have to basically clean it up and get it pretty. So that's the only thing that's left on this. Once I put the lugs back in the axles, I can throw the axles back in, and like I said, get everything pretty, get everything finished up, and then we'll throw it in the truck. So it was a long day yesterday, and it was a hot day, but this was the biggest last hurdle to get all this stuff done. Now I can concentrate about getting it in the truck for the last time, rerunning brake lines. I'm gonna rerun the power cables and stuff so that they go along the frame now, and just kind of figuring out the rest of the steps from that. So now we are headed in the right direction to get this poor truck back on the road. So I'm excited. I've got to get some lug nuts as well to put my old wheels on, and then we can figure out ride heights, because I'm gonna have to lower the front. But you know, we're getting there. We're getting a lot closer. So now it's just the details, which take a little bit of time, but are totally worth it. I was talking to Tommy about that yesterday. So thanks for coming along and checking out the whole process on the rear end. I'll get it all put back together, and that'll probably be the last episode in this series that took a whole lot more time than I thought it was going to, but totally worth the endeavor. I miss not driving the truck, but it's going to be a much more drivable truck once it's on the road with the 4-speed trans, and that's a 373 gear, so that'll be a lot different. So anyways, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing and the rear end, how it came out, and I can't wait to show it all prettied up. All I'm going to do is hit it with a wire wheel. I'll probably do it off camera so I'm not in a rush or not boring you guys, and then paint it up with some Rust-Oleum and get after it. So let me know what you guys think. If you're new to the channel and you're just checking this stuff out, we'd love to have you along. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on all the time, and we'd love to have you hanging out with us. So please consider subscribing if you're new. If you're not new, thank you guys a ton for checking out the channel, subscribing, and hanging out with us. We just can't be more thankful of our recent 4,000 subscriber benchmark, and you know, we're just gonna keep going after it. You know, that's your guys' interest is what helps drive me and Greg and Tommy even, and we couldn't be more appreciative. That's basically what I'm getting at. All right, I'm gonna go get this stuff out of the truck, and I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I hope you guys do the same. Until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good. Let me know, guys, know what you let